Asus ProArt laptops are one of the most unique laptops in the market, and this one especially is one of the most unique ProArt laptops. Let's review Asus PX13. This is the new Asus ProArt PX13. It is one of the newest laptops in the ProArt series, and it is based on Asus Rockflow X13. If you remember that model, we reviewed that model, and you can check that video of Rockflow X13 in the description. I will put the link here. And I think this laptop deserves a big like, because with this form factor it can deliver a lot that most other laptops and laptop manufacturers can't achieve. Let's start with the body and chassis design. This laptop is made out of aluminum and magnesium alloy. Why both? Because this laptop is supposed to be small and light, and aluminum is kinda heavy. And because of that, some manufacturers use magnesium alloy instead of aluminum in some parts to make the laptop lighter and better than other laptops. And because of that, this laptop is weighed around 1.4 kilograms, which is great. And with the charger, it can go up to 2 kilograms. I prefer having a smaller charger, but this laptop has RTX 4070, so it needs a 200-watt charger. The keyboard and the trackpad in this laptop is just good. I like the keyboard. It doesn't have full-size keyboard. It is okay, because this laptop is a 13-inch laptop, and we can't expect full-size keyboard and numpad. And because of that, I can say I like the keyboard, and it has good tactility, it has good clicky feel to it, and I like it. And also the keyboard has only single white backlight, which is okay, and I like the lighting on the keyboard, but I prefer more premium keyboard lighting at this price range. This laptop we have here costs around $2,500. At $2,500, I want more premium backlighting on the keyboard. As for the trackpad, this is the biggest trackpad we can get in a 13-inch laptop, and I like it. And also it has Asus dial option, which is good, and if you want and if you can get used to it, you can use this feature on Adobe applications or some other applications like 3D Max. You can customize your trackpad and Asus dial from Asus ProArt Control Center application. As for the ports, I can say I like it, but there is some problems. This laptop has 3 USB ports. 2 of them supports USB Type-C at 40 gigabits per second. It means it supports USB 4, which is good. I like it. Thanks Asus. It also has 1 USB Type-A port. For this laptop, these ports are kindly enough. It is good for this laptop. It has HDMI 2.1, which is good. Thanks Asus. It has Asus rectangular socket charger. I don't like it, because with the Type-C or our circular charger we could get better results, but it is Asus and they change it and we can't say anything about it. And also there is one more port that I don't like at all. It is micro SD card. I know some creators might work with micro SD card, but I want to ask all of you, do you use micro SD more frequently or USB Type-A port more frequently? I mean, micro SD is useless for at least 98% of laptop users. Like my phone here, your phone in your hand right now doesn't support micro SD. iPhones, Galaxies, Pixels, a lot of phones doesn't have micro SD. A lot of cameras doesn't have micro SD. No one will use this port. But if you changed your mind, Asus, and instead of using a micro SD port, you used a USB Type-A port, we could be happy with this laptop. It could be one of the greatest features of this laptop. But you decided to use micro SD. I don't know who told you that micro SD is more useful than USB Type-A port, but it is not. And because of that, I will take 1 score for this laptop. For this section, I can give this laptop a 9 out of 10 score. and everything about it was good, was nice. I liked it. I could give it a 10 out of 10, but for micro SD cards I should take one score and give it 9 out of 10. I should also mention that this laptop has 360 ability and you can use it as a tablet without any problem, and because it has a 13.3 inch display, you can easily use it as your daily tablet or daily laptop without any problem. So let's talk about display. As I said, this laptop has a 13.3 inch display. It is OLED. It has almost 3K resolution. It has 60 Hz refresh rate, which is a bit odd because we're not expecting Asus to use a 60 Hz display. On this laptop, we need at least 90 Hz or 120 Hz, but here we are with 3K and 60 Hz display. But the screen brightness, screen color accuracy, everything is perfect for this laptop, and you can use different color profiles in Asus ProArt application, which is good if you want to use this laptop as your main professional device, because this laptop with this screen can show you anything you want, but you should be careful because it is OLED and it might have more colors that you need. The problem with OLED displays is sometimes the sRGB color coverage is more than 100%, and because of that the colors could be a little too saturated or too vivid. With Asus ProArt application, you can minimize this difference and make it a little more natural to see better colors like what we see in real life. The screen also supports touch screen as we expected because it's a convertible laptop, and because it has a touch screen, it can support MPP, which is a new standard from Microsoft and some other manufacturers. It means it can support some other pens like Surface Pen easily without any problem. As for the brightness, this laptop supports 400 nits of brightness in SDR mode and 500 nits of brightness in HDR mode when you are watching HDR movies, which is good. As for the display, I can say I like it, but I think we should take one score from the screen and give it 9 out of 10 because Asus used a 60 Hz on this machine, which is not good. And also look how reflective the screen is. So let's talk about performance. This laptop right here has AMD Ryzen AI 9 HX370 processor with the most horrible name in a CPU I've ever seen. With 12 Zen 5 and Zen 5 C cores. The difference between Zen 5 and Zen 5 C cores are about cache. Some of them has better cache and some of them has lower cache. And we have this CPU along with Nvidia RTX 4070 in this machine, in this chassis. Just look how thin the chassis is. With this chassis, we got 4070 with 12 core AMD HX processor, which is insane. It is just insane. And the cooling in this machine is just amazing. This machine also has 32 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM at 7500 mega transfer speed, which is good, but there's one problem here. AMD in this generation doesn't allow laptop manufacturers to use sodium RAM sticks. It means you can't upgrade this laptop to more RAM. I know if you have this kind of laptop, you don't want to have upgradable RAM. The last generation of this laptop, Asus ROG Flow X13, didn't support upgradable RAM either. But I'm not talking about this laptop. I'm talking the whole CPU. You can't upgrade it in Asus TUF A16 too. You can't upgrade it in like 3 kilograms laptops too. And it is a bit odd because one of the best features of Windows laptops in the last decade was you could upgrade them, and now you can't upgrade them. At least you can upgrade the SSD, but you can't touch the RAM. It is on board. And just be aware that if you are a content creator, you'll need at least 32 gigabytes of RAM. Just don't buy 16 gigabytes model. Just get this one. The cooling system in this machine is one of the best I've ever seen in at least a 13-inch laptop. It has 5 heat pipes, it is good. It has liquid metal on the CPU, which is good. It has 4 heat sinks around the laptop, which is good, and 2 of them placed on the back and 2 of them are on the side, which is just insane to have 4 heat sinks in this machine. And because of that, the GPU can go up to 95 watts of power, which is good, and the CPU can go from 28 watts to almost 80 to 90 watts, which is good. And I can say I like the result in here, and just look how thin this laptop is. To achieve this kind of cooling system in this form factor, you need the best engineers, and I think Asus had them. Okay, let's talk about benchmarks. We started the test with Cinebench R23, which is a test that can show us how well the CPU can perform in a 10 minutes runtime. And in that test, this laptop showed us how well it can perform. It got almost 20,000 scores, which is good. And also in Cinebench 2024, we got almost 1,050 scores. I think there is something wrong with Cinebench 2024 and AMD Ryzen AI series, because we expected more. When we got almost 20,000 scores in Cinebench R23, at least we should get 1,200 scores or 1,100 scores in Cinebench 2024, and we didn't get it. I think something is wrong in here. And we got almost 11,000 scores in GPU test, which is okay. It's kind of like a full powered RTX 4060 in like S6 laptops, but it is okay too. We also tested Geekbench in this machine and we got almost 15,000 scores, which is a good number for this laptop. We also tested Time Spy, which is a test that can show us how well this laptop can perform in 3D applications and games. And in Time Spy 2, the score is something like a full powered 4060, and the scores are satisfying enough for me at least. But it means if you want to buy this laptop, you can get 4060 model and be happy with it, because I think there is no much difference between this model and the 4060 model. As for the content creation workloads, we tested Adobe Premiere and Adobe After Effects in this machine, and in Adobe Premiere we got 5 minutes and 27 seconds. There is one interesting thing. We tested this laptop first before Adobe Max and before Adobe Premiere updates, and we got 5 minutes and 46 seconds. After the event, we updated the Premiere to the latest version and we got 5 minutes and 27 seconds, which means a 5 to 10% improvement, which means the thing that AMD told everyone, that the performance on Premiere is better in the newest generation, wasn't a lie. It was true. And also in Adobe After Effects we got nice results, and I can say the results in this laptop are okay, consider its size and the AMD processor it has, and I liked it. And also I should say I used this laptop in some applications like Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop, and all of them was great, and I had one of the best experiences. And also in this Ryzen AI processor has some AI features that you can use, but there is not that much usage that we want in applications, and it is not that common in other applications. So I think we should make a video about it in the next weeks. We also tested some games in this machine like Cyberpunk 2077. We tested that game in 5 different scenarios: in Ray Tracing Ultra, in Ray Tracing Ultra plus Frame Generation DLSS, in Ray Tracing Ultra plus Frame Generation FSR3, in Preset Ultra plus FSR2, and a customized preset with Ray Tracing Ultra and no DLSS. And in all situations we didn't get enough FPS, but I should say this laptop has 3K OLED display. you can play this game without any problem at more than 60 FPS in FHD plus resolution, and be happy with it, because we don't expect this laptop to run Cyberpunk at 3K at more than 60 FPS. So it's okay. We also tested Rainbow Six Siege in this machine, and in Rainbow Six Siege in 4 different scenarios we got nice results. All of these results are showing us more than 60 FPS, which is good, and more than 60 FPS is just enough, I think, for this laptop, because it has only 60 Hz display, and if you get more than that you can't even notice it. I suggest you to limit the FPS in any game at 90 FPS so you can get a stable frame rates in any game. We also tested Valorant in this machine in 2 different scenarios, high and low, and the FPS in that game was great too. We also tested Apex Legends in this machine, and it's a EA Sport title which is a little GPU heavy, and in this test we got good results, but I expected more from this laptop because it has 4070, and at ultra preset 78 frames per second in average is not enough, I think, in my opinion, but it is okay because it is more than 60 FPS anyway. But after all, Asus didn't make this laptop for gamers. This is the laptop for content creators. This is the laptop for someone who wants a good professional laptop, a good and light and a small workstation laptop for content creation purposes. Like, you use Adobe applications, you use like Illustrator for illustration. These kind of applications, this laptop can perform well for you. But if you are a gamer, you can get better laptops and this price range. You can get 4080 laptops without any problem. So I don't recommend you to buy this laptop if you are a gamer. For this section, I can give this laptop a 7 out of 10 score because there is some problem in some games, but in content creation workloads, I was happy with it. Okay, let's talk about speakers, webcam, and battery life. Speakers on this laptop are good. They're amazing for a 13-inch laptop. But anyway, with the external speaker, you can get better results. But I should say, I was happy with it when watching movies, playing music for myself, and with that kind of things, I was happy with the speakers here. So it is good. So this is the webcam quality of Asus PX13. What do you think about it? It has a 1080p webcam, which is good, and I think it is one of the best 1080p webcams in the market. What do you think about it? Tell us in the comments below. And what do you think about the mic quality? Tell us in the comments below. And also there is some AI features like background effect, eye contact, or something like that, and auto framing that should work. It is not. And this is the features. About the battery life, this laptop has a 73 watt-hour battery, which is good, and with AMD processor it can give you almost 8 hours to 9 hours of battery life. But you can get more than 10 hours of battery life, but in light usage and something like that, I got almost 8 hours of battery life, which was a good experience, and I like the results with this power in this thin machine. In conclusion, I should say I like this laptop, I was happy with it, and there is no serious problem with this laptop, so we can give it an 8 out of 10 score. And if you want to buy a thin machine and you are not looking at the price, it is easy for you to buy a $2,500 laptop. It's for you, just go and buy it. It's a ProArt, there is no problem with it, and you will love it. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. What do you think about the Asus PX13? Tell us in the comments below. Bye.